my channel. My name is Dina. On this episode of the Rainbow Shadow series, we're going to be dipping into yellow. So if you're interested in seeing a yellow eyeshadow tutorial, then I'll see you back in a sec. Now, before you get started dipping into any actual color, you always want to start off with your basic neutrals and your basic eyeshadow set. Now, if you need help picking out your basic eyeshadow colors, please refer to my eyeshadow tutorial video and then come on back to this video so that way we can both be on the same page in achieving this gorgeous yellow eyeshadow tutorial. So before I start off by dipping into my basic eyeshadow set, I actually have a eyeshadow primer on my eyes. So my favorite eyeshadow primer that I use is the Shop Miss A eyeshadow primer, and then I like to apply it with a synthetic brush because it is a liquid to cream formula. Now once you're done applying your eyeshadow primer onto your eye, you want to go ahead and dip into your actual base color. So this is my personal base color right over here, so it's not very white and it's not very yellow. Again, so if you need help picking out your personal basic shades, go ahead and refer back to that video. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my blending brush, and I'm also going to link for you all the brushes and products that I'm using down below. So if you have any questions on what I'm using, or if you just simply want to follow along, go ahead and check the description down below. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my fluffy eyeshadow blending brush, and I'm going to go ahead and dip into my white shade. And then once I'm done with that, I'm just going to take this color all the way up from my lashes all the way to underneath my eyebrow. So again, I'm going to take my eyeshadow and just place it on my lashes all the way up underneath my eyebrow. So this is just kind of setting that eyeshadow primer. So think of your eyeshadow primer like your foundation. If you don't put powder over your foundation and then immediately go in with blush, that blush is really going to stick to that foundation and it's not going to blend. So this is kind of like our foundation powder for the eyelid. So we're literally just setting that base, and then once we're done setting the eyeshadow primer, then we're going to go ahead and move in with actual color. So now that I'm done setting my eyeshadow primer, I actually like to take two coats. So I do one thin layer and I do it all the way over, and then I just go back in one more time just to kind of enhance the inside corner of my eye, because I personally like the inside corner of my eye just to look a little bit brighter. So I'm just going to take another coat, and you can see how I'm just putting it right at the inside corner, so not all over. Great, now once I'm done with that, I just go ahead and take my brush and wipe it on a tissue, and then I'll go in and really soften and blend all that work that I just did, just so that way you don't see the line of where your shadow stops and where your makeup starts. Perfect. Now once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and take my crease brush. So this is my crease brush right over here. So just a really fluffy blending brush. And now I'm going to go ahead and dip into my flesh tone color. So this is my natural crease shade. And then once I'm done dipping into my natural crease shade, I'm going to go ahead and enhance it with a warm color and a cool color just to really add some depth in my crease. So again, I'm going to go ahead and start off with my flesh tone crease color. And I'm just going to take that color and I'm ever so gently just going to place it right in the crease. And you can see how it just enhances my crease and gives a little bit of definition, but we didn't go in with anything brown just yet. So that way it looks really natural, and it's almost like an ombre effect on the eye. So that way it kind of naturally transitions into the warm shades that we're going to apply. Now once you're done applying your eyeshadow color to the crease, be sure to blend it out at the end, just so that way you don't again see any harsh lines. Perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my crease shade on the other side. Great. Now once I'm done adding my crease color, I'm going to go ahead and just enhance my crease. So I just did my natural flesh tone color, so you could see how it does give me definition, but now I'm just going to warm it up just a little bit. So now I'm going to go ahead and dip into this warm tone brown, and then I'm going to go ahead and cool it down with this cool tone brown. And then once I'm done dipping my brush, I'm going to go ahead and tap the excess off, and then again I'm going to take the excess and just tap it onto my hand. If you don't want to tap it onto your hand, you can go ahead and tap the excess onto your tissue. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and take that same exact color and put it into the crease as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do one side, and then I'll go ahead and do the other side, just so that way you can see the before and after. And you can see I'm just simply taking those two brown shades and putting it just right over my crease. Perfect, so I just got done adding those three colors, so I'm going to go ahead and show you. So I did my base color, my flesh tone color, and then I went ahead and added this really beautiful bronzy brown, and then I cooled it down just a little bit with this cool tone under brown, so you can go ahead and see the final look on my eyes. We have this really pretty blended, almost smoky brown eyeshadow as a base before we go in with our actual color, just so that way it is seamless and it is blended. So now that I'm done applying these base colors on my actual eyelid, now I'm going to go ahead and take my base color and put it on my lower lash line. Now whenever doing your lower lash line, you're going to take your really small blending brush, and I'm going to go ahead and dip into this really pretty cool tone brown. Whenever doing your lower lash line, you specifically want to stay away from anything that has any red tint to it. It could make your actual eyes look red, so for that reason I'm going to go ahead and dip into this cool tone brown. Again, nothing with any red in it whatsoever. So now I'm going to go ahead and just tap off the excess onto my tissue. And for this specific step, you're going to need a handheld mirror. And then you're going to go ahead and look up, and you're going to take this eyeshadow and you're going to sweep it right up underneath the lash line. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit more because I like to build my color gradually. So again, just hold your mirror up really high, just so that way you can get really, really close to the lash line. If you're comfortable on yourself, go ahead and actually look up, just so that way you can get super, super, super close. If you're not quite there yet, go ahead and just hold your mirror up really, really, really high. But let me tell you, by the end of all these rainbow eyeshadow series, you guys are going to be able to look up and do your eyeshadow if you can't already. So again, I'm just going to take that same cool tone brown and put it on the lower lash line on my other side. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the before and after. So if you take a look at this side, I have just color on my crease, but there's nothing on my lower lash line. So it's very obvious that I have all this eyeshadow on. And then when I turn this way, you could see how overall it looks more seamless. It looks more natural because I do have that lower lash line color connecting to the top part of my lashes. So again, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Now once you guys are done applying your lower lash line color, go ahead and take your clean eyeshadow brush. So always have one clean eyeshadow brush that you never use to actually dip into color. So this brush is just going to specifically be our blending brush. So we're going to take that clean eyeshadow brush and we're going to ever so gently just go over the work that we just did, just to make sure there's no harsh lines and just to make sure that everything is blended. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and take that clean brush and just really softly put it over the work that we just did, just to make sure that there is no lines. Now for this specific yellow eyeshadow look, I'm going to do something a little bit different. So I'm still going to go ahead and dip into my actual palette before I move into the yellow shade. Now I just got done doing my lower lash line and the top of my crease, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. Now I'm going to go ahead and dip into this camel color right over here. So it's almost a bronzy brown. If you don't have a bronzy brown color, go ahead and use your actual bronzer. It will work for this specific step. Now I'm going to take that really small brush that I used for my lower lash line, and I'm going to go ahead and dip into this camel color. And I'm going to take this camel color and I'm actually going to take it right at the inside corner of my eye. So I'm going to take this really brown color and just place it right at the inside corner of my eye. So you could see I'm not taking it at the bottom. I'm not putting it on my tear duct. I'm just simply taking it right at the inside corner. So again, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So right at the inside corner. Great, now I'm going to go ahead and compare the two. Let's go ahead and add a teeny bit more. Perfect. Now once I'm done adding that camel bronzy brown color right at the inside corner of my eye, now I'm going to go ahead and take that same blending brush and I'm just going to soften that work that we just did, just so that way there's no harsh lines. Perfect. Now once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and move into this color right over here. So you could see how this one has a little bit more of a reddish tint. So I'm going to go ahead and take that color and I'm going to place it right over that bronzy brown that we just did. So again, I'm going to take this almost reddish brown color and I'm going to place it right at the inside corner of my eye up to the crease. Again, I'm going to do the same thing on this side, right at the inside corner and up to the crease. Now once I'm done placing those shades, again I'm going to go ahead and take my blending brush and ever so gently just soften those two colors to the crease. Now once I'm done applying those two shades, I'm going to take that same exact eyeshadow brush and I'm going to go ahead and dip into that same bronzy brown color that we did the first time, so this color right over here. And I'm going to go ahead and tap off the excess onto my tissue and I'm going to take this specific color and I'm going to take it right at the outside corner, so kind of mirroring what we just did on the inside corner. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the outside corner. So I just placed that bronzy camel color right at the outside corner. I'm going to go ahead and blend it. Now I'm going to go ahead and dip into that same exact color and do the same thing on this side, so you could see right at the outside corner all the way up to the crease. I'm taking that really bronzy color and then again I'm going to go ahead and take my brush and I'm ever so gently going to blend that. Now once we're done with that specific bronzy brown color, now I'm going to go ahead and dip into this reddish brown color. So again, I'm going to do the same thing on the outside corner. Removing the excess onto my tissue, I'm going to go ahead and take that right at the outside corner. Perfect. And again, I'm going to go ahead and take that brush and ever so gently blend those colors together so that way it's very seamless. Perfect. Now once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and take that same reddish brown color and do the same thing on this side. And then go ahead and take your blending brush and soften the outside corner. Okay, so once I'm done softening the outside corner, I'm going to go ahead and take again that small brush and I'm just going to dip into my cool tone brown and make my lower lash line just a little bit smokier. So I'm going to go ahead and take that cool tone brown and just take it right at the corner of my eye. So I'm not taking it all the way underneath, just at the outside corner, just so overall I make this look just a little bit smokier. Great, again, once I'm done with that, go ahead and take your blending brush and really soften everything. And then go ahead and wipe your brush in between each eye, just so that way you don't mix anything together. Perfect, so now that I'm done blending and adding my neutrals, now I'm going to go ahead and dip into actual color. So I'm going to go ahead and take my personal palette and set it aside, and I'm going to go ahead and start by dipping into these beautiful yellow colors, so I'm so excited. Now starting off, I'm not going to go ahead and just go straight for the yellow. I'm actually going to use this color over here. So you can see the top row, how it's orange, and then the second row it is yellow. But on the orange top row, there's orange that leans a little bit more towards the red, and then there's orange that has more of a yellow undertone. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this color right over here. So it's a orange color that has a little bit of yellow, so it's kind of like a orange yellow color. So I'm going to go ahead and start by dipping that color, and I'm going to go ahead and take my medium-sized blending brush, dipping into that orange yellow color, and again I'm going to go ahead and take the excess off onto my tissue just to make sure I don't have any fallout or anything on my actual skin. And I'm going to go ahead and take this color, let me show you where I'm going to put it, and we're going to go ahead and take this color and put it right at the top of the crease. So I'm not taking any color and putting it on my actual lower lash line, I'm just putting it right at the top of the crease. So again, I'm taking that really pretty orangey yellow color and putting it right at the top of the crease. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing right on the other side. And I'm going to place it right at the top of my crease. So you could see how we have a color right over here, color right over here. We don't have anything right at the center of the eye, because for this specific look, I want the main focus just to go right to the center of the eye. I want it to look really bright, really sparkly, really open, really awake. So for that reason, I'm going to focus my main color right at the center of my eye instead of doing the inside corner and how people traditionally do, you know, the color. We're going to do something just a little bit different today. So again, I'm going to go ahead and continue with that same orange yellow color, and I'm going to go ahead and place that right at the top of my crease. Now again, once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and take my brush and just ever so gently soften and blend that color. Now once I'm done with that orange yellow color, I'm going to go ahead and take that same medium-sized blending brush. I'm going to go ahead and wipe it off on my tissue. And now I'm actually going to dip into yellow. So you can see right down here how we do have yellow. Now I'm not going to go to this gold yellow, so this really, really bright yellow. I'm going to dive into this just traditional matte yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and take this color, and I'll show you on my brush. It's just your basic yellow. And I'm going to take this color and tap off the excess. And I'm going to place this color specifically right on my actual eyelid. So you could see how we have this yellow that fades into a orange yellow. Beautiful. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and take that same yellow color and put it at the lower lash line right over here. So again, I'm placing it right at my lower lash line, so that way it fades up to that really, really pretty orange yellow. Great, so now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and do my lower lash line. Now for your lower lash line, we're going to go ahead and use that same exact brush that we use to apply the warm colors, but go ahead and wipe off your brush completely, just so that way we don't mix any of the pigments together, so you can see how much came off on my actual tissue. Now I'm going to go ahead and dip into that same yellow color, so you can see right over here we're going to do that same traditional yellow color. I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush in, and then I'm going to tap off the excess. And then I'm going to take this yellow color and I'm going to place it right at the same spot on the bottom part of my lashes. So you could see how it's almost mirroring the top part. So I'm not taking it too close to the inside corner. I'm literally taking it just beneath. You can go ahead and pack on the color too, just like this. If you want to make it look more intense, just go ahead and stipple it right up underneath the eye. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more. I like to do it gradually, just so that way, again, I don't have any fallout on my eye. Perfect. So once I'm done adding the yellow at the top and the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and do my bottom lashes on the other side. Perfect. Okay, so once you're done adding the yellow from your top lashes all the way to the bottom lashes, now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do just to kind of add a little bit of color into my crease. Now, if you're happy with this specific look, you can go ahead and go out just like this. I think this is stunningly gorgeous just by itself, but I'm just going to play up the crease a little bit because I feel like we need to add a little warmth just right over here, because as you can see, it's still a little bit yellow, and then we have that chocolate brown. So I'm going to go ahead and just add one more color to my crease, just so overall it is a completed look. So for this specific step, I'm going to show you what colors we're actually going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into this orange yellow color, so you can see how we have this orange yellow color right over here. I'm going to take that orange yellow color and put it on my blending brush. And I'm going to take this color and I'm going to dust it right in the crease. So now I'm going to go ahead and continue with that same orange yellow color, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to place it right at the top of my crease. So you could see how it almost makes your eyeshadow look like a sunset eyeshadow. So it fades from this really beautiful yellow to this really beautiful almost orangey yellow. Perfect. So now once you're done applying that really pretty orange yellow, now I want you to take that same exact blending brush and just dip into the same exact yellow that we placed on our actual eyelid. Go ahead and tap off the excess. And now I want you to take that same exact yellow color that we did put on our eyelid and just place it over that orange yellow, just to enhance it just a little bit, but we're not physically taking yellow up onto our actual eyelid, because like I said, I do kind of want it to be a sunset eye look, so I don't want to see any harsh lines. Perfect. Now, once you're done applying that yellow shade right at the top of your crease, you're going to go ahead and take your blending brush and just double check and make sure there's no actual color on your blending brush, and then go ahead and blend these colors together. And don't apply a lot of pressure, just really, really softly and really gently go ahead and blend. Now, before you move on to the next eye, go ahead and just wipe off your brush, just so that way you're not taking the color from this eye onto the next eye. And again, I'm just gonna ever so gently, with the tip of my brush, just kind of soften and blend everything together. Perfect. So once I'm done blending all of my base colors and my pop colors together, now I'm going to go ahead and add some shine. So this is the final look of the yellow eyeshadow tutorial before I add any pigment. So if you're not a fan of shine, you can go ahead and get away with this specific matte look, because adding that really bright electric yellow is going to give you that pop that you're looking for. But if you're like me and you like a little bit of shine and a little bit of sparkle, I'm going to show you how to do it where it doesn't look overly intense. So it's kind of like a iridescent shine. It's not really like reflective and like super pigmented. It just overall makes your eyeshadow look more intense and a little bit more enhanced. So for this specific shade, I'm going to go ahead and dive into your classic yellow, but it is a pearl yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this color right over here. So it's just a really pearly yellow. And I like to take pigment with my finger. Overall, it just makes it look more intense. If you do take pigment with an actual brush, you could see how much pigment does get picked up, and also too, it's gonna erase all that work that we just did. So if you just wanna add a little bit of shine, this is how I recommend to do so. So just go ahead and take a little bit of that on your actual finger. And now, instead of taking it on the inside corner, because as you can see, I do have a dark eyeshadow on my inside corner. So we're not going to take this on the inside corner. We're just going to take it and put it right over the yellow. So I like to do it again step by step. So I'll take a little bit of color and then I'm going to go back in. And with my finger, just focus right over here. So you could see how that really beautiful shimmery gold color just overall makes your eyeshadow look more intense and a little bit more enhanced. So now I'm going to go ahead and take that same pigment and do the same thing on the other side. And again, I am using my finger, but I'm not taking it on the inside corner. I'm just ever so gently taking it right over the yellow work that we just did. Now I also want to take a little bit of this shiny yellow and do it at the bottom part of my lashes. So I'm going to go ahead and take my brush that I specifically use for my lower lash line, and I'm going to go ahead and dip into that same shimmery yellow color, and I'm going to tap off the excess and then just one time put it over just to give a little bit of brightness. But again, I don't want it to look overall too shimmery. I just want it to overall look a little bit brighter on the inside corner. So this is my eyes with the color eyeshadow and a little bit of the pigment. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you how I like to line my eyes. So I'll be right back. So now I'm going to show you how I like to line my eyes. For this step, you're going to need gel liners. Now I went ahead and again linked them for you down below. Now starting off, I'm going to go ahead and start off with my brown eyeliner. And for this specific step, you're going to need your gel eyeliner brush. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my gel eyeliner brush and I'm going to dip it into the product. And then I'm going to take the excess and I'm going to dip it onto the back of my hand. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and take this line and I'm going to place it right at the outside corner. And then once I'm done placing it at the outside corner, I'm going to go ahead and take my smoky eyeliner brush and I'm going to go ahead and blend just the outside corner. Make sure to do one eye first and then go ahead and move on to the other eye, just so that way if you do place the eyeliner, it doesn't dry on you on this side. So go ahead and do one eye first. Now once I'm done applying the eyeliner, I'm going to go ahead and take my same brush that I use for the bottom part of my lashes, and I'm going to go ahead and dip into a chocolate brown, so the same exact color that I used for my actual eyeliner. I'm going to go ahead and just dip into my personal brown color, so I'll just go ahead and show you. So this color right over here, just a chocolate brown, and I'm going to go ahead and take that on a really, really small brush, so that same brush that I use for my lower lash line, and I'm just going to take that and put it right over the eyeliner, just so that way it looks like an invisible eyeliner. Now for this specific eyeshadow look, since we are doing yellow, and since I do want the main focus to be right at the center of my eye, I'm not going to take the eyeliner and actually put it all the way to the inside corner. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing. So I'm going to take that same brown gel liner, and I'm actually going to take it right at the inside corner. So I'm kind of mirroring what we did with the eyeshadow, but in eyeliner form. So I'm going to go ahead and take that same exact smoky eyeliner brush, and I'm going to go ahead and blend this line right over here, just so that way there's no harsh lines. And again, it is a invisible eyeliner. Now once I'm done blending that, again, I'm going to go ahead and take my smoky brush, and I'm going to dip into the brown, just so that way it is a invisible brown eyeliner. So just taking a brown chocolate eyeshadow, I'm just going to go ahead and take that and place it right over the work that we just did. Again, just so that way you don't see any eyeliner. So you could see how I do get that definition on my top part of my lashes, but I'm not taking away from that really beautiful center focus of yellow. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Quick tip, you guys, while you're still doing your gel eyeliner, when you dip into your gel eyeliner, don't leave it on the counter like this. It will dry out on you. So go ahead and just flip it upside down while you're personally applying your gel eyeliner. Okay, I'm going to go back and do my liner. Alright, so once you're done applying the eyeshadow right on top of your eyeliner, now I'm going to show you how I like to make my eyeliner just overall look a little bit more intense. So now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my black eyeliner, and I'm going to use that same exact gel eyeliner brush. Just go ahead and wipe it off on your hand. Now go ahead and dip into the black gel liner, coat both sides of the brush, take off the excess onto the back of your hand, and then for this step we're going to go ahead and tight line. And for those of you who don't know what tight lining is, I'm going to take my eyeliner and I'm going to place it right up underneath my eyelashes, so you can see when I look at you how right over here I have this water line. So we do have a water line right at the bottom part, and we also have one at the top part. When you do take a waterproof eyeliner and place it right underneath your lashes, right at the top part of your lashes, it overall makes your eyelashes look thicker and makes your eyes look a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and tight line one side, just so that way you could see the difference and what exactly I'm talking about. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and take the excess onto the back of my hand. Now, if you're not comfortable tight lining, if you feel like overall you just can't really get a good grip on your lashes, try doing this specific step after your false lashes or after your mascara. Overall, you're just going to have a better grip and something to hold on to while you're applying the eyeliner. So again, if you feel like you're having any trouble, skip this step and do it after your mascara. Now I'm going to go ahead and tight line my eyes. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and take that black liner real quick, and I'm going to place it right up underneath my eyelashes. So again, I'm going to go ahead and do one side first, just so that way you guys can see, and then once I'm done doing one side, I will go ahead and do the other side. And I like to do 2 layers because I like my eyeliner just to look a little bit more intense. So I'm going to go ahead and just enhance it with another layer. So now I'm going to show you the before and after, so you can go ahead and take a look over here. So I still have that definition from the eyeliner that I did put at the top part of my lashes, but overall you can't really see the thickness of the base of my lashes. So that's why tight lining is so important. You don't have to tight line with black. You could go ahead and tight line with chocolate brown if you want to. Now I'm just going to go ahead and show you the difference, so you could see how this one doesn't have any black liner right over here, and how this one does have black liner right over there. So it really does just overall make the base of my lashes look fuller and thicker. So now I'm going to go ahead and tight line the same thing on my other side. So dipping into my gel liner, wiping off the excess onto the back of my hand. Now again, I'm just going to go ahead and take that right up underneath my eyelashes. For this specific step, you can take it all the way up underneath because no one can really see this eyeliner. Again, it is a invisible eyeliner. So now I'm going to go ahead and just do one more coat because, as you know, I like it to look a little bit more dramatic up underneath because it is hidden and it is invisible. Okay, so now that we're done lining and defining the top part of our lashes, I'm going to teach you and show you how I like to define my lower lashes. So for this step, you're going to need a smoky eyeliner brush. So that same exact brush that I used to smudge the gel liner, I'm going to go ahead and take this same brush and just dip into whatever's left over on my hand. So you can see I still have some leftover gel liner on my hand. So when I go ahead and take this on my lower lash line, you could see how I'm getting a smoky eyeliner effect. I'm not getting this really intense, harsh line at my lower lash line. Because overall, whenever you have a smoky eyeliner at the bottom, it overall just makes your eyes look bigger and more open. Whenever you have a really harsh line, it could close the eye and just make the eyes look a little bit smaller. So for that reason, I just like my eyeliner just to look a little bit more seamless and a little bit more blended. Now for this specific step, I am going to take it all the way up underneath my eyelashes. Again, for this step, be sure to stay really, really close to the lash line since we are doing eyeliner. So don't take it underneath because that's where we put our really beautiful chocolate brown eyeshadow and yellow eyeshadow. So for this step, just stay right up on your actual eyelashes. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you the before and after, so you can take a look right over here on this side. We do have that really gorgeous definition of eyeliner at the top part of our lashes, but we don't have anything at the bottom besides eyeshadow. So you can see right over here how we do overall have definition at the top, at the bottom, and overall it just looks more seamless and more connected. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side with whatever is left over on my hand. And I like to use the chocolate brown. If you want it to look a little bit more intense, go ahead and use the black. But just for this specific step, I just like it to be a little bit more soft. So for that reason, I like to dip into my chocolate brown. And again, I'm just taking that and I'm literally going right in between my eyelashes all the way to the inside corner. And for this step, I don't dip in twice. I just do it one time because I just like a little bit of definition. I don't overall want it to look super intense. I just want a little bit just to give me that definition. Okay, so now that I'm done lining and defining my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and do my lashes off camera, and they are my all-time favorite lashes. They are from Shop Miss A, so I'm going to go ahead and show them to you. They are right over here. Overall, just really beautiful, gorgeous, fluffy, 3D, three-dimensional lashes. So again, I'm going to go ahead and link them for you down below. So I'm going to go ahead and do my lashes off camera, and once I'm done, I'm going to come back and show you the final look for the Rainbow Shadow Series Yellow Edition. So I'll be right back. Alright you guys, I just got done doing my lashes and mascara off camera. So this is the final result of the Rainbow Shadow Series Yellow tutorial. I hope you guys love this look just as much as I do. And if you guys are interested in seeing more color eyeshadow, be sure to come on back to my channel. But until next time, I will see you on another episode, and I thank you so much for being here. Take care and have a beautiful weekend wherever you are. Take care. Bye-bye.